Let's see. Now that's over, let's talk to everybody.
Let's get moving.
Okay.
Point the way, fearless leader.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Alright.
You need anything, Commander?
Let me see what you have. Okay.
Yes.
Take you.
Yes.
And you.
Andraste's blood.
Okay. No.
Thunder Humper.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How do the Templars all... always find you, Anders?
Incredibly angry. That's how they find me.
There must be some trick to it, surely.
They began recruiting women. The male Templars never stopped to ask for direction.
You're impossible to talk to.
I do my best.
Yep. There are times when Alistair's humor is a hit, and there are times when it is a miss. It's a mix of the two.
Yes.
Yes.
I need to show more sense in selling weaponry.
You need anything, Commander?
Let me see what you have. Yeah, I should not have sold that. I need to be more cautious and less aggressive in doing things like that.
May I be of service?
Do you have any runes for sale? I'd like to have something enchanted.
Of course.
Okay. Wait a minute. Sometimes we do dumb things. Yep, alright.
Yes.
Take you.
Yes.
I'm taking you because we're going to the city for a moment. Taking you as well, because you'll be more acclimatized. Taking Ogren, I'm going to leave you behind. You've seen a lot of action in the past. It's time for new blood. Including Mhairi.
How do the Templars always find you, Anders?
Incredibly angry. That's how they find me.
There must be some trick to it, surely.
They began recruiting women. The male Templars never stopped to ask for directions.
You're impossible to talk to.
I do my best.
A lot of your jokes aren't very funny, Anders, but some of them do get okay.
See me coming.
And thanks for helping me spot what was pretty inevitable under the situation. Specifically that there's a conspiracy against me. Now let's check out that crazy dwarf's brother.
Commander, so this is human construction, is it? My brother said you'd need a stonemason, but he didn't know the half of it.
Tell me about it. This is awful. It's so bad they're putting up wooden walls. Wooden walls! Instead of proper stone. It's ridiculous. I mean, I have seen a lot of slipshod human construction, or how the humans aren't good enough to construct. Or where how the humans built stuff that isn't all that impressive, or could be better. And sometimes they can be pretty impressive. They can really outdo themselves. It's amazing. Of course, it's never as good as what we as dwarves would do. But after Ostagar, after Denerim, which in many ways is an ugly city, after Redcliffe Castle, I mean, in some ways, Lothering could be argued to be better built than those places. Nah, that's too far. That's an insult. But I mean, if they tried to build this crap in Orzammar, they'd be flogged.
Aye, I'm surprised half the buildings in Ferelden haven't fallen over from a stiff breeze.
I know.
The Darkspawn did a number on this keep of yours, but I suspect it was crumbling well before they showed up.
Oh, yeah.
Your seneschal gave me some fancy decree promising men and monies to fix the vigil, but it's a paltry sum. I suppose it would be sufficient to reconstruct the walls to human standards, but who'd want that?
Yeah, piss on that. I don't want this to be like a human thing. I want this to stand the test of time. I mean, this place has been conquered and occupied a number of times. I want to stop that by helping to give it proper walls. Oh, it was the first place that fell to their legions and the last place that was taken back from them. Gee, that's great. I mean, oh, it's been taken over dozens of times. Well, I don't want it taken over at all anymore. What would it take to rebuild it right?
I'm not certain of the character of the stone in these parts, but we'd need more men for certain. Proper skilled men, not some starving dusters, right?
Yep.
Which all boils down to coin, really.
You know, I have gone through Ferelden and I have complained about how slipshod and terrible the architecture in so many places is. It's like one giant mess. Awful. Well, now I can show them how it's done. Now we can do it the way I want, the way it should be done. Now we can go in and we can build proper walls and show these Fereldans what it's like. I mean, so that's not just the Temple of Ishal that is dwarven built and impressive. I can spare 80 sovereigns. This had better be worth it.
It will be, Warden. Good luck to anyone who tries to breach these walls. Ah!
Good to hear. Good to hear. And yeah, that's a ton of my money, but I'm sick of it. I'm sick of wandering through Ferelden, seeing substandard, crappy walls and buildings, and I do not want to live in this sty of a fortress. This should all be stone, not this wood crap. Wait.
Right you are, Warden. We'll get these walls rebuilt for you. Oh.
Good to hear. But seriously, I refuse to live in this sty. I mean, no. No, 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 no. We're not doing it like this. We're gonna have proper wood, proper wall. We're gonna have proper walls.
Right you are, Warden. We'll get these walls rebuilt for you. Oh.
Because this is just not acceptable to me. Let's go to the city of Amaranthine first. Okay. Not the most defensive. Earl Howe. Do some city planning. Come on.
Ah, it's the Warden Commander. The rumors about you did not overstate it. I have a business proposal. Look for me by the house near the gates. I promise it will be worthwhile.
No.
We'll all be dead when the Darkspawn come. Your wish is my command.
Okay. No, I'm gonna wait on you.
They used to display the heads of traitors over that gate.
I suppose my father is lucky his didn't end up there.
I'm sorry. Nathaniel, I am.
I'm all that's left of my family. My wife, my son.
I'm sorry. But yeah, we gotta do something about this too. There's Colbert and Micah.
Looking for some company, honeypie? I'm always available for riveting conversations with fine women.
I'll rivet you to the floor if you call me that again. Are you... I'm a Grey Warden. I'm going to be professional. I'm a Grey Warden. Oh, but gosh, that annoys me. Jackass. Are you Colbert?
For you, sweet cheeks, I'll be anyone.
That's enough of that.
I like a woman who's all business.
We received word about an entrance to the deep roads.
I can't take all the credit for finding the rift, you know. Mika here fell in first.
You don't seem happy about your find.
Would have been more useful to find gold deposits.
Oh, will you stop your belly aching? Well, it's quite a ways out of town. We were tracking a buck off in that direction, you see, before this darkspawn mess. We'd been on his tail for about a week at that point. I'd wager he thought it was great fun leading us on a merry chase as he did.
Go on.
That buck was a sly one, he was. He had big feet and a... Oh, the chasm.
Thank you,
yes.
Micah.
We saw it coming over a rise. It was really something to behold. A huge cleft, as though the maker himself had cracked the earth in two, like an egg.
I like eggs.
It looked like someone had
I
tried
like
to
Micah.
build over it, but it must have been abandoned a long time ago. No one in town knew about it.
I don't really like Colbert, but I like Micah. I like eggs. So do I. We tried to build over it.
Well, people, I suppose. Maybe even the Darkspawn. Well, of course, we had to investigate. That was when Mika fell in. A shriek like you wouldn't believe, and he was gone.
Earth crumbled, not stable.
Right. And as Mika lay there yelling about his knee or his head or what have you, the darkspawn appeared.
How many?
More than a brood and less than a horde. They seemed occupied, like they had someplace really important they had to be. Didn't notice us at all, thank the Maker.
The Darkspawn was so occupied as to overlook 2 screaming injured men. Boggles the mind.
Good point.
I marked the chasm on my map so we could avoid it, but sounds like you want to know where it is, so here you go. So, we getting anything for our trouble?
If they did provide useful information, which he did. He showed me where it is. I want them to come back to me and speak in the future. Without the pig-headed crap. So I have to balance their utility for the information they give versus Colbert's dumb shit comments. Overall, I would say the information given is more useful. When it doesn't become useful, I'll penalize them. Here's the sovereign.
A whole sovereign. If there's ever a reason to fall into a darkspawn pit, here it is. Maker bless you.
And don't make any bad flirting or insults to me or any women like me anymore. Don't try to hit on or make us uncomfortable.
Why won't you let us in?
And he has children.
Look, we let some in, we'll have the rest scratching at our eyes. No exceptions.
Make us spit on you, you heartless bastard.
Yeah. They need to organize some sort of relief for these refugees while protecting the city. I mean, I don't... It does seem more solid in many respects than Vigil's Keep, but it's still this human's design. Could be better. But it does seem more solid. On the other hand, they might just have this outer wall and that's it. Once they get in, then that's over. And it's just street fighting, which is not good.
My pardon, sir. I was paid a whole sovereign to give this letter to you.
Okay.
I told him I did. There are easier ways of getting a message to the Commander of the Grey.
Who gave this to you?
Some visiting knight didn't catch his face. Full helmet, you know. He said he was Sir Wolf of Rivane.
Wait, as in the Dark Wolf?
Ah, the Dark Wolf's nothing but a rumour. Mind you, he was acting suspicious.
Do you remember anything else about Sir Wolf?
No, sir. Again, my pardon.
Okay. You were handed a note that indicates the Dark Wolf will meet you by the fountain. Here's the thing. I don't have a lot of money. I don't know how much he wants, because they always do. So we might need to be careful here.
Those smugglers are bastards for taking advantage of the chaos.
We'll die if they don't let us in.
Please let me into the city. Please, sir.
Is anywhere safe? Anywhere at all?
I thought the blight was over. Why are the Darkspawn still hounding us?
I'd rather be sitting in a tavern.
Yeah, we need to do something about the refugees.
If the smugglers keep driving up the price...
Excuse me, but I need to search your packs for smuggled goods.
Sure, I have nothing to hide. I'll set an example that everyone can be treated the same.
Thank you. I will make this quick.
What are you doing, man? Are you accusing the Commander of the Grey of smuggling?
But you said everyone...
You are dismissed. I apologize. Smugglers and thieves have all but taken over the city.
Is there anything I can do?
We could certainly use your help in this. Come speak to me later if you're interested.
Alright. So here's the thing. Okay. All right. I'm not going to get bogged down doing stuff in the city yet, but I'm going to take a look at the town overall. See what people have to say. I don't want to talk and get tied up in doing any sort of quests here, though, yet.
If the smugglers keep driving up the price of supplies.
The warden's taking over Vigil's keep is bad news.
Gee, thanks.
How's your wife?
Very sick. And we haven't been able to get her medicines. No one has any.
If the smugglers keep driving up the price of supplies.
Greetings, Warden Commander.
If the smugglers keep driving up the price of supplies.
Okay. Here, I'm going to do stuff that builds me up, that makes me stronger. That sort of thing. But I'm not going to go out and do any offensive things.
With trade halted, I can't get my silks from Denerim. It's just awful.
If I do any sort of quest, it would be very simple and easy ones. Let's see what he's got. Oh, yeah, this used to be Hollow's axe after we killed him. I remember finding this and selling these, and so now they're up here. And well, Rendenhouse axe, bite back, is out in the market, and then the Ode axe, which is also a very good axe. Yeah. Tell us, guys. Oh, another Usarius. They've tiny figures of King Kelly and Queen Honora inside a sphere of water. Aw, cute. Glittering flecks of snow float lazily around them. Can be sold to a merchant or given to certain party members to influence approval. I'm going to pick that up. Seeker's Chain. I'll remember the Seeker's Chain. Okay. Well, we got some powerful Yeah, let's wait until we get some more money before we start buying stuff. Andrew should have a hat. Let's see what his health is. That's nice. Yeah. That does fit him, the libertarian's cowl.
Delilah? Is that really you?
Oh, wow.
Nathaniel, I had feared the worst.
Oh, good.
Times must have been hard, Delilah. But you can do better than this. Come back to the estate until we find somewhere else.
What? Oh, Nathaniel, I didn't marry Albert out of desperation. I adore him. I was so glad to get away from Father's evil. This life is so much better.
Father's evil? Isn't that overstating things a little? He got caught up in politics.
You weren't here. You didn't see what he did, Nathaniel. You want the culprit who destroyed our family? It was him, without question.
Yep.
I had no idea.
Yep.
Of course you did. But you always worshipped Father, right from when you were a little boy. Come, brother, let us sit and catch up a bit, shall we?
She said she wants me to come back once all this is done.
Good.
Meet her husband.
Good.
She's due by the spring.
Wow,
she
congratulations.
Seems happy. She
Good.
said Father deserved to die. I still can't believe it.
You don't believe her?
I thought he had his reasons. It was a war for Andraste's sake. Before I went to the free marches, he was never... How could he have changed so much?
It's not your fault, Nathaniel. Don't blame yourself or feel bad.
What if I never left? I didn't have much choice, but still. I wish I'd known some of this sooner. I feel like such a fool. Now please, let's get back to our business. I need to think.
You're not a fool, Nathaniel. After thinking on Sister's words, Nathaniel has begun to come to terms with his father's destruction of the Howe family legacy. You're not a fool, Nathaniel. You loved your father, who was a piece of shit. You had a shitty father. I had a shitty mother. I get it.
I'll get on it.
Please let me into the city. Please, sir.
You are in the city. I don't know if you've lost your mind or anything, but you are in the city.
Warden Commander! Thank the Maker you're finally here. I was afraid our messages never got through to you.
Hello, Mervis. Are you Mervis?
Yes. Thank you for coming to the Guild. We need your help.
Okay.
Our caravans are being attacked. The wagons are burnt to ashes, and there have been no survivors.
Whoa.
It's gotten worse lately. People from the neighbouring villages have found guards torn limb from limb and left in the village square.
Whoa, that's bad. Why?
I don't know. How would I know the minds of these monsters, whoever or whatever they are? Whatever it is, it's completely crippled trade between Amaranthine and Denerim. No one wants to travel the road through the Wending Wood. Can the Grey Wardens help at all?
Have you asked anyone else to look into this?
Others start making excuses when they hear how brutal the killings have been. The Grey Wardens are our last hope.
I will investigate it immediately.
Oh, Maker, bless you and watch over you. If you can stop the killings, the Merchants Guild will make a hefty donation to your organization. You have my promise.
That would be nice. Basically, for right now...
You're back. Have you any news?
Not yet. So, I'm probably going to go to scout out the last Legion area. Then I'm going to come back and scout out the Wending Wood, and then I'm going to make a decision about which one to do. For right now, I'm just going to do a circuit of this place. Pick up some quests, maybe. I'm not going to do anything involving heavy combat or anything. I'm just going to try to build things up, build a little rapport, get a feel for the city, and then I'm going to go out into the field.
Greetings, Warden Commander. You're the sort who delights in helping the common man, yes? May I direct you to the Merchants Guild's board?
Sure. What's the board for?
Folk here often need goods from far-flung parts. They post the requests here. There is good coin in this, particularly with trade halted by the trouble on the roads. If you ever feel inclined, please take a look at the jobs available.
Okay.
It is so good to see you well, Commander.
Thank you. You too. The merchant's goods. I'm in desperate search for lost or Legion silks. They left Denham in a caravan bound for Amaranthine several weeks ago. I fear this caravan met the same fate as the others before it. If you find the silks, please deliver them to Kendrick of the Merchants Guild. He'll see to a reward. Lomar Brack Taylor. Okay. Math Monuments. I seek someone to brave the winding wood to locate ancient statues. Legend states that after Andraste's death, Mathraf erected statues in the Winding Wood in penance. He could have not betrayed her to begin with. The penance is minor. The statues bear missing, at least it's a thought, but come on. The statues could have done a lot more by not betraying her. The statues bear missing verses from the Canticle of Mathrath, which the chantry includes among the dissonant verses. Well, so is Shartan. Mathraf I'm not interested in, but Shartan should not be in the dissonant verses. Since study of the dissonant verses is frowned upon, discretion is of the utmost importance. Please deliver charcoal rubbings of the inscriptions to the Merchants Guild representative named Kendrick. A reward will await. An anonymous chantry scholar. Okay. Sir Alvard's missing sword. Desperately seeking someone to travel to the village of Blackmarsh. I commissioned a sword from the village's master blacksmith and asked him to hide the delivery in a crate of ordinary goods. It has not arrived, and I am distraught. My grandmother's prized black pearl was set in the pommel, and I cannot afford to lose such an heirloom. If you go to the village, please inquire after the sword in person. Best regards, Sir Alvard of Amaranthine. Keep out of reach of children. The Merchants Guild has received word that a lethal Antivan poison is being sold in Amaranthine, smuggled into Amaranthine by unsavory characters. Constable Aiden has asked that the Guild find a way to take this poison off the streets. The Merchants Guild, of course, has nothing to do with the import of this poison and is trying our level best to cooperate with the guard. Good for you. That's good business, people. The Guild will pay for each bottle of the Antivan poison turned into Kendrick. Please help keep this wicked substance out of the hands of children. The Merchants Guild. Okay, we've got it. Okay. There's poison. More poison. And there's more poison. Oh, okay. It's nice to have someone who can open stuff up. Alright. Anytime they say shady guy, suspicious guard, I'm going to wait before I talk to these individuals. Okay? I'm not going to talk to him right away.
Those smugglers are bastards for taking advantage of the chaos.
If the smugglers keep driving up the price of supplies.
Those smugglers are bastards for taking advantage of the chaos.
Aye, about time you showed up.
The Mayor, you're still here.
I keep my promises. Here, turns out you were right. The cache is here in Amaranthine.
It is? You found it?
I did. What you do with that information is up to you. I, for one, am done dealing with mages. Word of advice. Don't let him sweet-talk you.
Oh, I won't.
He's very good at that.
I won't.
I guess I should thank you.
Damned right you should. You get caught, Anders, I'm not helping you again. That's all I'm saying.
No, I don't let Anders sweet-talk me.
I suppose that requires some explanation.
Friend of yours, I take it?
Do I detect a note of jealousy? Mhairi is
No.
a friend. Last time I escaped from the tower, I asked her to look into some things. That's why I was in Amaranthine. The Templars thought I'd come to take a ship, but it was to meet her.
To find a cache? What did she learn?
During the Blight, the Templars moved their store of phylacteries to Amaranthine for safety. My phylactery is among them, Mhairi learned. So long as the Templars have that sample of my blood, they can find me. I need to destroy it.
But you're a Grey Warden now.
What's to stop the Chantry from deciding mages and the Grey Wardens are apostates too? I want to be sure they can't ever find me again. Ever.
I'll humor you. I don't think they'll ever be able to do that with the Grey Wardens. But I know that you've had a lot of negative and traumatic experiences with them, with the Chantry, so I will humor this.
I know we're busy killing Darkspawn and all, but the sooner we find this vial, the better I'll feel. No rest for the wicked, huh?
Andrew's old friend Mhairi revealed that the Templars had moved the phylacteries for most mages in Ferelden, including Anders, to the city of Amaranthine. Okay.
You know, Nathaniel, you're just like me.
Am I now?
Everyone hates your family for something terrible they did, even though you weren't involved.
I hope you have a point, Anders.
It's like you're a mage. If there were more hows, they'd lock all of you up in a tower to protect everyone else.
A thrilling analogy.
Yeah, those guys kind of contrast with each other.
Very well.
Wynne! Wynne! Oh, Mama Wynne! Yay!
Oh, it is so good to see you, my friend. I contemplated visiting you at Vigil's Keep, but things got busy.
What happened?
The College of the Magi is convening in Cumberland, and I must attend. Hopefully, all this will blow over before it's begun. But you have enough on your mind as it is. I shan't trouble you with this further.
No, Mama Wynne, I missed you. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Please stop by. So good to see you. I missed you. And also, the only person I miss more is Leliana, but also, I'd like to know what's going on and what troubles you. Indulge me. These events affect more than just mages.
Very well. Then perhaps you should know that something stirs within the fraternities. The Libertarians wish to pull away entirely from the Chantry. And if they get enough support...
Pull away entirely? That's madness. I hate Chantry oversight as much as the next mage. But they can't just decide to leave. This is a recipe for disaster.
Good for you. Good for you. You did a good job spotting that. I am impressed. Very good job, Anders. Good job. That's great wisdom. I understand your point. Now, in terms of oversight versus freedom, mage freedom, you probably want a lot more mage freedom than I am comfortable with. But we need to move more toward a center and a compromise, fixing things up. For example, while I am going to help you destroy your phylactery, I normally wouldn't support destroying phylacteries. Instead, I would get the mages out of the tower and allow them to live on land, and then there'd be checkups every once in a while, and if they wanted to move, there'd be other checkups. I'd give them more freedom and flexibility. But yeah, this is troubling because if they break away, then the Chantry and the Templars will go to war with them. That's bad. This is troubling.
Well, it could turn out to be nothing, but keep your ear to the ground anyway. Now, I have a great many preparations to make before I leave for Navarra. But perhaps there is something you can do for me. One of my colleagues, Ines, has spent the last few months in the Wending Wood. The Circle has been unable to reach her given the trouble in the area. If you happen to find yourself in the wood on your travels, perhaps you could tell her about the meeting of the college.
I will under one condition. I need you to tell me what's going on with Mhairi. Remember Mhairi, the person that you suggested that I go along with you? That I come along? That you suggested that I take and accept into, that I approach about becoming a Grey Warden? Okay. Well, basically what happened was she went through the process, and we thought she all died. All of us thought she died because she acted exactly like someone who died. But she didn't die. She came back. But even though it seemed like she died, except that certain things seemed different. It's like she has amnesia about most of her life. She remembers you, and she remembers basically coming with me up to Vigil's Keep and fighting, and everything else is kind of a blank slate. She doesn't remember anything. And it doesn't appear, even though she drank the tainted blood of the Darkspawn, that she carries the taint. It's like it's gone. And you and I both know that's happened maybe once to one mage named Fiona. So, do you have any idea on what's going on? Okay, you're handing me a piece of paper. And you're asking me to... Alright. So you want me to... Okay, so I'm reading this. You don't want to talk about this, okay? It would have been nice if you had told me this in advance. Whatever this note says. But you're in a chance you don't... Okay, so according to this, what I'm reading, when Mhairi was a little child and her parents got enmeshed in the succession fight, she got frightened. She was separated from them when they were trying to round up the family and detain them during the fight over the royal succession. She ran and hid in the crypts. And in because Navarans don't burn or bury their dead like we normally do in coffins, but they store them embalmed and preserved in giant cities, basically. Okay, that's creepy. And she hid in one of those. And she was scared, she was worried, she'd seen some bad things happen, and she really, really wanted, and she doesn't remember any of this, she was determined that she would do anything, no matter what it took or the sacrifice it would take, to protect her family or ensure that these horrible things that were happening to her family wouldn't happen to anyone else. She appeared willing to sacrifice herself so that her family would be okay, and that bad stuff like this would not happen to anybody else, where they have to be little kids who are afraid of what's going to happen, and they have to hide in what's frankly a scary place, and that's an necropolis. And she was evidently very young when this happened, okay? And the veil was separated here, and something happened that made her an odd child. She was found later, everything turned out okay for the family, but they found her afterwards, and she seemed a bit odd in terms of wanting to be this great soldier and having this, acting more mature beyond her years and having this sense of duty. And eventually they consulted with some people from Tevinter, mage from Tevinter. And they determined that, and this is why you know him, because just as you were once possessed by a spirit, and I think you still are, and that's keeping you alive, she made contact with a spirit as well. Probably the most rare spirit of all, a spirit of sacrifice. Because spirits of sacrifice, usually for obvious reasons, since they're so intent on sacrificing themselves and they admire it so much, don't last very long. But somehow she got really lucky and made a connection with that spirit of sacrifice. So one of the reasons... But that spirit, from what you can tell, is no longer present within Mhairi. So the reason that Mhairi didn't die was because the spirit of sacrifice sacrificed itself for her. And that's one of the reasons why you suggested I contact her for the joining ritual. Because she had the spirit of sacrifice that would protect her, much as your spirit protected you. Although most of Mhairi's memories, and in fact of any knowledge of her life prior to basically walking up that road with me to Vigil's Keep, has disappeared from her mind. It's no longer there. It's like that person doesn't exist in many respects. In others it does. She can fight, she has her sense of duty, her sense of honor. It's like what led up to her being what she is today disappeared along with that spirit. So there was a bigger, stiffer price than just the loss of that spirit, which is tragic in itself. And that's one of the reasons why you suggested she come, because she had a spirit protecting her that wanted to sacrifice itself. Ethically interesting. Okay. You've answered my question. Do we know if she's ever going to regain her memories or much of her personality from before back? Probably not, or at least only... But she still has a lot of her personality, but other parts... Some parts of her personality, but other parts have disappeared. And she's basically kind of regrowing. Okay? Alright, take me some time to process and think about that, but for now, we have duty to meet. What is Ines doing in the Wending Wood?
Oh, who knows, rooting around in the dirt for some obscure plant or other, most likely. She has a keen interest in gardening. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant botany. Hobbies and eccentricities aside, Ines is a well-respected mage and a voice of reason. Something we could use on our side. The hour is late and I must go. It was wonderful to see you again. Take care, my friend.
You too. It was fantastic seeing you as well. Oh no, Wynne. Why'd you have to leave? I wish you didn't have to leave. But at least we figured out what was going on with Mhairi, more or less. And why Wynne was so willing to have her come with me and encourage it. Surfacer dwarves, cloudgazers, stoneblinds, skyer. These are how dwarves describe their surfacer cousins, and all those names are stupid. It's traditional to snort these words with disdain, and foolish, because those people help keep them alive, and I help fight back the darkspawn. A dwarf who goes topside forfeits his caste, his house, and the favor of his ancestors, all of which is stupid and idiotic. Once he sets foot on the surface, he is no longer welcome to Orzammar. What a great way to sort of cause stagnation and close down your society. Still, in recent years, a great many dwarves have moved to the surface. Some are castless and have nothing to lose. Others believe they have something to gain. Some think it is only a matter of time before Orzammar falls to the Darkspawn, which is part of the stupidity of this, because surfacer dwarves who might actually help to protect Orzammar don't, precisely for these reasons. Then there are the merchant caste dwarves with their frightful flair for business. I met one who nearly talked me into buying my own hat. I dare say most merchants don't give a nugget about losing their caste or the favor of their ancestors. Not the way they're compensated. From Brother Genitivi. Tales from Beneath the Earth by Brother Genitivi. That's another thing. We lose some of the most aggressive, skilled, capable, ambitious people. People with real talent. Look at me. Because nobility and the warrior caste want to keep their position and power. In a chance encounter with the household groundskeeper, Nathaniel learned that his sister Delilah had married a shopkeeper in the city. Nathaniel was eager to find her. But Delilah was content with her commoner husband and revealed that their father was exactly the tyrant everyone claimed. In time, Nathaniel came to terms with his sister's choices and his family's legacy. Nathaniel is a sensible fellow who values practical gifts over useless trinkets. That is actually one of the reasons why I gave him. Why I waited on telling him the truth and didn't immediately confront him. Some people need some time before they can... A potted plant? Okay. Some people need some time before they can confront the future or confront ugly truths about the past.
It is begun.
From the living wood. May the Maker smile on Amaranthine and her people. The Templars seek samples of wood from ancient Sylvans. They are close to discovering what twisted magic drives these creatures and how to defeat them. Sylvans has been sighted in the Wending Wood and may be the cause of the troubles along the trade routes. Okay. I'm going to wait on that. Please help. The Chantry supplies are running low. The sisters urgently require a donation of 5 injury kits. Maker turned his gaze on Amaranthine. We'll do those in a bit.
And the Maker wept for his beloved, and turned once again from all creatures.
Oh, we need the injury kits, the full injury kits. Like I said, I'm not going to do any necessarily fighting here. I want to check out a couple of different areas first. And then I'll probably come back and do that.
Don't. Very well. Touch me, don't. The guards. They won't let anyone into the city, but it's dangerous outside the walls. Is anywhere safe? Anywhere at all?
It is begun.
Gift, Solo Scar. Okay.
The sins of man brought the blight to us.
It's not like Karam to be gone this long. I was sure I would find him at the inn.
You met a woman distraught over her husband's disappearance. She mentioned that he likes to drink at the inn, although she could not find him there. Find the worried
Your
woman's
friends and
husband.
neighbours would do well to heed this lesson and join us in prayer.
Okay.
I'll take care of it.
Pilgrims and Amaranthine. The faithful travel great distances to see the birthplace of Andraste and Denerim. Yet many make their pilgrimage longer still by visiting Amaranthine. After all, it was from the city's port that Mathrath and his army departed to invade the Devinter Imperium, and the Chantry of Our Lady Redeemer now stands on the site where Andraste first revealed the Chant of Light. This is why the road that joins Amaranthine to Denerim is known as the Pilgrim's Path, and why the Chantry of Our Lady Redeemer is the wealthiest chantry in all Ferelden. From Annals of Northern Ferelden, by Brother Bedin, Chantry Scholar. Okay.
People are far too lax in tending to their spiritual affairs.
Okay. I'll wait on certain things.
I'll take care of it. It figures, actually.
What does?
There used to be another statue here. It was a Byron Howe, my great-uncle. He died in the rebellion, helping King Mhairi reclaim his throne. Yet his statue is gone. All because of what my father did.
That's wrong. You shouldn't blame other people for crimes committed by family members. I mean, that's how the castles get produced, and that's what's driving Orzammar into the ground. That caused so much pain, suffering, and misery. And that's one of the reasons I inducted you, was to defy that, and because it's wrong. You know what? In fact, I will get them to replace it, because I'm sure Byron Howe was a great guy.
Don't bother. Nobody here will want to see it.
I would.
There's a long line of heroes in my family. The Howes have been around since Callan had. Now it's all gone. Curse my father and his idiot ambition. He lost everything for us, didn't he?
It's up to you to turn that around.
Not too much pressure, right? I wonder what happened to the old statue. Likely propping up the side of a chantry or something. Poor Al Byron. Yeah, statues of her pigeons. I don't want to look at it.
Well, I don't care. I think they should put the pet statue back up. Because he's not the one who committed the crimes. If he had been, then no. Tear the damn thing down. Like, if you have statues honoring slavers or something like that, like some old Tevinter slave or something like that, yeah, tear that crap down. But Byron was a freedom fighter who fought against the imposition of rule by Orlesians. It's not like he was some Tevinter slaver. Because that, yeah, tear that garbage down.
I'll get on it.
Okay. Poison. All 5 bottles of smuggled Antivan poison are in your possession, ensuring Amaranthine is safe from their menace. Deliver them to Kendrick for your reward. Okay.
So good to see you again. It seems I owe you a reward, yes? Yes, of course.
Okay, good. That helps. Okay. I'm gonna wait.
I hear Hubert's gang got their hands on some moonshine. You think they'll sell some to me?
Hubert hates you.
That's a no, then.
I got a sore on my foot from working the fields. Want to see? It's bleeding and there's pus and everything.
Oh, God. No. Yeah.
What?
Huh?
Rise up and take back power. Back from all those nosy guards and who watch us with their with their eyes.
Oh yeah, sure.
Sure. I'll do it.
Your
You
wish
just
is my
watch.
command.
Help Andrews find his phylactery. Andrews has learned that his phylactery, a vial of his blood that allows the tempest to track him down, is currently stored in a warehouse in the city of Amaranthine. You agreed to help him find it. Yeah, but not immediately.
Once I get another ale.
Okay. The fragment reads, "Stroll on the catwalks above the city. I still go there and think of you, dear Alma. Stroll on the catwalks above the city. I still go there and think of you, dear Alma."
Who do you think would win in a fight? Andraste or the Archdemon?
The Archdemon.
But Andraste could call on the Maker.
Yeah.
That would be cheating. Are you calling Andraste a dirty cheater?
She cheated on her husband, didn't she?
We are the blight orphans of Amaranthine, poor children whose mothers and fathers have been killed by the Darkspawn. We are very cold in winter and need 50 silver for clothes and food. Please help. Please put money in the mug by the board. Thank you, good sirs. I'll play along. Why not? I'll play along. I'm gonna wait on the Black Marsh quest for the time being. The Blight Orphans are very thankful for the kind donation of 50 silvers, but now we need money for pillows and blankets. 2 sovereigns will cover it. Also, we get very cold at night, and our nurse says a sip of brandy will warm us right up. Can someone get us a bottle of the inn's best brandy? Please put stuff in the box. Hello, it is us, the Blight Orphans again. Did you know that Hubert's gang across the town got their hands on a bunch of moonshine? Our nurse says that Hubert is a stupid bastard. And that we orphans would find a better use for the moonshine. She says using strong drink like that on our skin knees would stop the maggots from growing on them. Please get us the moonshine. Okay, this is fun. I'm going to read this again. The Blight Orphans are very thankful for the kind donation of 50 silvers, but now we need money for pillows and blankets. 2 sovereigns will cover it. Also, we get very cold at night, and our nurse says a sip of brandy will warm us right up. Can someone get us a bottle of the inn's best brandy? Please put the stuff in the box. Okay. Alright, let's buy it.
Something I can do for you, friend?
No, nothing.
Right. Best watch yourself out there.
There we go.
What can I get for you, friend?
What do you have? bottle of the inn's finest brandy. Okay. Alright.
Hey, why didn't we think of this earlier? Wine and women all day and all night.
Here's to our mysterious benefactor.
Mackey's Epic Single Malt. That's for Ogren. Here's the thing. I'll come back, but for right now... I want to check something out first, and after I do that, then we'll go. No, I know what I need to do. Let's just find, since we're close to leaving, let's just find her husband and be done with that.
I'll get on it.
The orphans were kind of fun, but they're costing me money, so I'm going to back off. Okay, there's another note fragment. You found another fragment of a note from Alma's husband in which he laments his failure to meet her dream of buying and restoring an old abandoned house. The house itself may yet yield further clues. Okay. Okay. One injury kit down. 4 to go.
If the smugglers keep driving up the price of supplies.
Those smugglers are bastards for taking advantage of the chaos.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Oh no, I didn't quite catch up to it. That's too bad. Oh no, this is probably her husband. Crap. Shit. Alma's husband appears to have killed himself, thinking he was unworthy of his wife. Perhaps knowing his fate would give Alma some closure. Oh no, this is like when I had to give out the death notifications for... What a horrible place to die in. And just because he couldn't get scrape together enough money to redo this house, and that's not his fault. It's not worth it. All you did was die and make other people around you miserable. That's sad. Okay, at least we can tell Alma the truth. Hopefully that'll help her. Alma, I don't know how I can say this delicately, so your husband's dead. Died from war inhalation.
He hung himself.
I'm sorry.
Karen, why couldn't you have told me?
I'm sorry. I really am. Believe me. Please believe me. I am very sorry. Okay.